I hate bugs. Out of all the crazy things I've seen as a crime scene cleaner, bugs just mess me up the most. But if someone needs my help cleaning, you know I gotta be there. And luckily, our hazmat suits cover us from head to toe, so I felt pretty safe in there. One of the things you learn while on the job is how to put mental blinders on so you don't really think about what you're cleaning up. Now, unfortunately, due to the condition of the home, we weren't able to make a really big before and after difference. So this is what the bathroom looked like before, and then this is what it looked like after we were done with it. But the kitchen did turn out a lot better, so I'm really happy about that. Honestly though, I just had to tell you that pets can be pretty hard to take care of, especially when they get sick and leave some stuff behind. So today we're going to help this person start fresh by clearing out the entire bathroom of all that stuff. So after it's all cleared out in these super thick contractor bags, I'm just going to start spraying down and wiping up all that gross filth. The chemical I use is super clutch for breaking down all that buyout, and it just makes it super easy to pick up with the rags. So this job is definitely not the worst I've ever seen. I've seen way worse in my lifetime, but I was a little surprised when I first came in there to see just how much stuff there was to take out. But you know how we do, we just roll with the punches. So after all the cat litter boxes were removed and all the surfaces disinfected and decontaminated, we were left with a really nice finished result. So I really hope you guys like it too, and make sure to follow me on Instagram and YouTube to stay up to date on me on those platforms as well. But I'm sure you guys already know that. Alright, let me take you through a super satisfying sink cleanup I did recently. These are some of my favorite jobs to do because there's such a nice before and after result with it. Now, I know a lot of you guys want to know the context of these situations and kind of like what prompted this type of situation to happen in the first place. And typically, I don't go into the specifics of what happened in these individuals' lives, but I will say most of the time it's caused by some type of traumatic event in their life or just depression. So that's why I always hold a very non-judgmental attitude when I'm on the job and when I talk about these type of cleanups here on TikTok. Like, depression sucks and mental illness is just awful. So the last thing these people need is judgment in their lives, right? So I hope this helps you give some context as to why I do what I do. And here's what the finished results look like. I hope you really like it. I'm going to show you one of the most difficult bathtubs I've ever had to clean in my entire life. As you guys know, I clean up biohazards, so that means I'll have a bathtub like this that hasn't been cleaned in a really long time. So what ends up happening is mold, mildew, and other stuff just gets super caked on there, and it just makes it really difficult. And trust me, sometimes I just really want to call it quits and not put any more effort into it because it's just so annoying to deal with. Like, I literally have to use our strongest chemical with metal scrapers and metal steel brushes to get that stuff off. But for me, it's like, at the end of the day, everybody deserves a clean, functioning bathroom again, and so that kind of helps me get through the mental aspect of it, at least. So even though I'm like sweating profusely in this hazmat suit and it's taking me actual hours to finish this one bathtub, I feel good at the end of the day knowing that it's really helping someone get back on their feet. But that's enough of me talking. Here's what the finished results look like. So I hope you guys enjoy it, but the next video will be about how I do these toilets, and yeah, that's a whole nother thing. So 20 years of chain smoking. Guys, this is what happens if you never clean your walls and you're a super heavy smoker. So basically, we got a call from the owner of this property saying that they have a new tenant moving in and they need it cleaned before they get in there. So I start off in the bathroom because I'm always on bathroom duty, and just look how satisfying that is. This job was seriously one of the most enjoyable jobs I've ever done just because of how satisfying it was. So basically what we're doing is we're applying our strongest chemical plus using the steam machine to help activate it, and then I'm using things like scour brushes and rags to help clean up all that dirt and years of smog that was left on the walls. Upon first glance, I really wasn't sure if we were going to be able to get off all those layers of smoke, but that steam machine really came in clutch for us and helped us out a bunch. Plus, it was super fun to use. What was really cool about this job was that we actually got to meet the person moving into the property. And he had seen what it looked like before, and he was super worried about moving in. As he should be. I mean, you guys saw how bad those walls were. And so when we had finished, he was just absolutely blown away, which never gets old. I love those before and after reactions. So here's me working in the kitchen. Basically, I just started from top to bottom and steamed all the walls and cabinets. It basically just drips down to the next level, and it makes it super satisfying to wipe up. I was just super happy that I was coming off the walls in the first place. Sometimes these jobs can just take so long because the dirt and grime just doesn't want to come off. And so the final step of this project was applying this odor sealant called Kills. Basically, I will just kill off any of the remaining odor from the last 20 years of smog building up. And this is the final walkthrough. It's nothing spectacular since they're still remodeling it, but I mean, look at that kitchen. It's so much better than before. And so yeah, these are the last 2 bedrooms that we had done as well. But also, friends, don't forget, please never do. As a crime scene cleaner, I often get asked if I actually enjoy my job. And the short answer to that is basically, yeah, I kind of love it actually. Obviously, some days kind of suck and I end up having to clean a bathroom for like 6 hours, but the amount of impact you can have on people's lives is quite amazing. So whether it's a tedious 5-day hoarding project or a super traumatic suicide cleanup, I can know at the end of the day that the service I provided made their life a lot better. But this job really isn't for everyone. Words really can't describe some of the things I do in the job, so I'll talk about it in future videos. Chocolate pudding spools are one of the hardest things to clean up on the job. But when duty calls, you know I gotta be on the scene to go clean it up. So step 1 is to pick up all the trash that was in the bathroom, and then I just started cleaning my way in so I had a clean spot to stand on as I worked the rest of the room. And then I used hard bristled brushes to lift it up and rags to get a nice finished touch on it. Now I'm not quite sure what this stuff was, but it was really hard to get up, so I had to use my metal scraper to lift up those really caked in areas. And not gonna lie, it was pretty satisfying. And then I got to the area where the chocolate pudding was made, and that part took quite a while to finish up. It took quite a bit of chemicals, rags, and scrub brushes to get it all lifted up, but eventually it was able to all come off. But it's all worth it because you get a nice, satisfying, clean wipe at the end. Now my strategy here was to use these scrub brushes to clean up the insides of it, but after a while I just said screw it and used the steam brush to go clean up the inside. And so after a couple hours of doing that, we got a clean, functioning bathroom again. And so it felt really nice getting to help this person in this situation get their bathroom back. But honestly, that's why
my sweet grandmother lives alone, and while she does an amazing job keeping her home as clean as she can, there are a lot of tasks she's just not able to do. So every time we visit Missouri, we try to do some of the deeper cleaning items for her. This year, I started with the toilet in the downstairs bathroom. There is nothing worse than coming home from vacation to a messy house. So every time before we leave, I take a few minutes to wipe everything down, make sure all the trash is taken out and everything is in its place, so I know I'll return to a fresh, clean space. Come watch as I got our house ready to leave for our trip to Missouri to visit family. Amelia and crew were so excited to jump into the jacuzzi tub at the condo we're staying at. But before I could let them in, I had to get it clean. I began by filling up the tub a few inches over the jets and adding in a dishwasher powder pack and about 3 cups of vinegar. I let the jets run for about 15 to 20 minutes to get all the gunk out, then drained it, filled it back up with clean water, and let that run for another 10 minutes. Then I got to work scrubbing all the grime. I scrubbed the drain and filter cover plus the jet heads using Dawn Power Wash and my Rubbermaid Reveal to get as much dirt out as possible. I rinsed everything as clean as possible, then wiped it all down with vinegar to sanitize it. I scrubbed the built-up dirt from the bottom of the faucets, rinsed everything with water, and it was finally time for the kids to take their... We went to dinner at Finley Farms in Ozark, Missouri the other night. In their gift shop, they were selling these all-in-one bath kits that, as you can imagine, I fell in love with. I let Amelia and crew smell all of them, and they decided on the grapefruit soak. It had scented Epsom salts, clay, and dried rose petals, plus this little muslin bag so you don't have to dig the petals out after.
So I struggle with depression, and sometimes that makes cleaning things really hard. This shower is just one of those things that I've been putting off for way too long. And now it's just become this monstrous task that I don't feel capable of completing. I tried to hire someone to clean it, but they said it would be $75. And since I can't really afford that right now, I got myself some cleaning supplies. I might only be able to do a little bit each day, but eventually I'll get there. If you don't like gross things, turn away. This is your trigger warning. For the rest of you, welcome to my nasty depression shower. It's just one of those things that I've been putting off for way too long, and now it feels like it's way too big of a task for me. But today I decided I could do it. I'm not gonna lie, seeing how bad I let this get kind of does make me want to throw myself off a bridge. But progress, not perfection, right? Oh my gosh, hi, hello, welcome back to my depression shower. I wanted to thank everyone for all the love and support and advice on my last video. I'm not going to be following any of that advice in this video. That's just because I recorded this video before working up the courage to post my other video. I still wanted to post this video though because I think I made a lot of progress. And it's so satisfying to watch. But yeah, I promise next time I clean the shower, I'm 100% doing it with gloves and a mask. By the way, does anybody have any advice on how to get into these little cracks right here?